right, are we up? Okay, we are up and going, I hope. Get the chat up here and going. Up there. I'm going to go ahead and media source. Voda, run a browse. Up. All right, I guess we're up. Let's make sure. If you look how close his target is to the ones far back from him, you're going to know that he's going to get a bullseye almost every time because he's like point blank. Yeah, he got all those bullets because he was point blank. That's half the thing with him right there.
Okay, she trying to okay for first time, you know what I'm saying?
So the first time using that gun, she's got one good hand grip, but then the other hand, her left hand, she has a knife. And this is a repeating thing with Voda. Shows you how stupid he is. She has a knife, a real knife, in her left hand. She's got a 2 solid hand grip on that handgun. Oh my gosh.
Fire when ready, Take shot. You like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to say that was probably a 22, but in all seriousness, this is just a bad joke.
What's going on? I hear people all the time. You see them on Facebook or whatever they got going on, and they're doing vehicle tactic videos or teaching, whatever. No problem. Okay, I'm not saying that what they're saying is bad information. I'm just saying that the probability of them
Alright, let's try it now.
You like that, right?
What's going on? I hear people all the time. You see them on Facebook or whatever they got going on, and they're doing vehicle tactic videos or teaching, whatever. No problem. Okay, I'm not saying that what they're saying is bad information. I'm just saying that the probability of them showing you those kind of tactics and it actually happening are very slim to none. And we're talking about your standard.
So the last little shot we had with the lady with the gun, she had a knife in her left hand. See, she had a gun in one hand and a knife in the other. She was shooting like this with the knife here and the gun here. Do you want to see it again?
everyday run-of-the-mill carjacking. Okay, when you start talking about carjacking, ain't nobody gonna jack your car from the front. Why they not gonna jack your car from the front? Because they know you can see them coming, which means you gonna drive off or run them down. You ain't even gonna pull out the pistol and start shooting, pulling out AKs and start shooting when you can just use the car as a weapon and just run their ass down. So no, what they're teaching is not that it's bad information, it's just the relevance of the information is just not there. Okay, very low relevance for everyday people. Again, carjacking start from the rear of the car or from the side, never from the front. Hardly ever do you find a carjacking from the front. They always, for the most part, are from the side, like the passenger or the driver's side, or the rear, sides, or from the back of the car, getting ready to come to the driver. I mean, that's carjacking 101. Okay, here it is. If you're getting ready to get carjacked for whatever reason, you won't even know you're getting ready to get carjacked. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because you're not looking for that. I know people say all the time, oh, you gotta have situational awareness, blah, 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 blah. No one's situationally aware 100% of the time. It just doesn't happen. Hey man, you in your car, you're listening to the latest Wu-Tang or the Vibe Cartel album or whatever it is you're listening to, right? You're zoned out. Your music is blasting, you chilling,
Yeah, he talks a lot and does very little. He just likes to run his mouth. He loves to hear himself talk.
I mean, this is what it happens. Or maybe you're not listening to the music. Maybe something your wife said or your husband said or somebody said kind of colored your day, and thus you're thinking about that particular thing. So forget that idea of this warrior mindset and this situational awareness 100%. No one's going to have it 100%. Okay? Just being honest with you. All right, so you're in your car and you're getting ready to get carjacked. Again, you won't know you're getting ready to get carjacked for a variety of reasons. All right, I'm going to tell you that right now. But if you do suspect, and that's the best you can have, is a suspicion. That's not even a word, but you know what I'm saying. Suspect someone getting ready to rob you or whatever for carjacking. Always have your gun ready. Now you already know me. I'm gonna send you a picture, right? If you go on in this article or whatever, you're gonna see the picture of where I keep my gun. And like I told you in the last video with how to be with a police stop and how to do it, you know what I'm saying? So that they don't have any reason to question you. Everything's laid out in the front for you, for the officers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you the same thing here. If you're a man, keep your gun by your balls. Sit on top of the gun with the handle of the grip vertical. You know what I mean? If you're a woman, hey man, I know you got little womanly parts or whatever. Can we?
Yeah, this is why no one takes him seriously. He is just a complete moron.
Say vagina, I don't know, but yeah, whatever. Hey, keep your gun by your vagina, whatever. I'm being honest with you here, All right, it's faster that way. You ain't got to fumble around trying to get no out of the holster, or out of your purse, or anything like that. It's just right there. So when you need that gun, it's simply right here. You ain't got.
So we can confirm that he's broken at least the first rule of handling the gun. Always assume the gun is loaded and never point it at anybody unless you intend to shoot them. So rule number 1 has been broken.
To do nothing else. You know what I mean? It's right there. No one knows except you, until they get to your car and then look down. But why are you letting people get that close to your car anyway? I don't know. It's beyond me, right? Okay, again, your standard carjacking comes from the sides or the rear, almost never from the front. Unless you're in Afghanistan in some war-torn country, people are jacking like that. But every day in this country, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. From the sides or the rear. All right, so if you suspect that you're getting ready to get carjacked, no matter where they are, I'm going to show you all the different ones here. Have the gun ready. You may not always have to, quote unquote, present the firearm. And when I mean present, I'm talking about like this, right up into their face or whatever.
That's number 2 right there.
You may not have to do that. You can keep the gun right here on the side. I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see. I hope this works. Can you guys see that? You can tilt that gun just like that to the door. For those who want to know how I keep my gun by my balls, I keep it just like that.
Yeah, and I'm praying that gun's not loaded. But yeah, that's stupidity number 3. That's the third safety rule he's broken. Like, never keep a gun in an unsafe location. Because some guns, with enough weight, they will discharge even without pulling the trigger. Some guns have design flaws like that. So, if that gun were to go off, even if it was a blank, The powder burns could cause some serious internal damage. The kinetic energy of the blast could do some serious injury, and there are a lot of vital veins and arteries in that particular part of your body for obvious reproductive reasons. We'll go leave it at that, but this guy, yeah, this is why no one takes him seriously again. He's a complete dumbass.
Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that. Alright, so that's how I keep my gun. That's what I do when I'm riding. Okay, but if I don't have to present that firearm, it's definitely at the door. Okay, if I need that gun, right, because, hey, it's only a suspect. You suspect the person of doing it. Then I go ahead and present that gun out to them or whatever.
Rule broken number 4. And it's the same way. He's pointing a gun at a person. Because apparently he's saying there's somebody behind that camera. So, jeez, this guy's an idiot.
See what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you gotta have the gun to the door like this. You can have it down like here. That's fine. You know what I mean? But it's as long as you're ready. However you want to get ready, that's how you get ready. It is what it is. Now, if the person or the situation is from the other side, and I'm not going to get out of the car here. I don't have to. I'm just going to walk you through. I'm going to move this camera here so you can see what the world is going on. All right, here we are. That person, the suspect, is coming from this side. This is why we call him a suspect, because this person is suspected of getting ready to carjack you. All right, he's walking up to the window, whatever. I can come here and get the gun, and I can do that. I can do that. That's fine. If I'm at a red light, I got my foot on the brake or whatever, I can use 2 hands and get that gun up. You see what I'm saying? You use 2 hands and do that. Very easy thing to do. The gun comes up here. Boom. There we are. Right? And if you're wondering if I'm slipping on this gun, this is not my normal gun. This is my wife's gun. This is a compact Glock.
And it is loaded. There are live rounds in that magazine.
19.
So, if there was a round chambered in there and that gun went off, he was going to die. The damage done to him, the blood and vessels and arteries, this man was going to die.
Okay? So, that's what that is. So if you need to do it, this is where the car system comes into play. We ain't talking John Wick. We talking the real car. You know, right? You know, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Center access real lock, Paul Castle, the real car. All right? We ain't talking about John Wick, the movie. So when it comes up here, boom, right there's where you need it. Right? If the person is coming from this side, I'm going to change the direction. You may or may not be able to see that. Take this down here. Okay, if they're coming from this side here, this is fun. You see what I'm saying? You have a good reach here. This is why the car system was invented. Right? If they're coming from the rear, hey, you got here. If you can't get here because of your seat, obviously, you can come here. You got some kind of coverage. You have something. If they're coming from the rear, right, I'm just going to show you from the rear. They're coming from the rear. You can also come here. You have all of this. You have 360. Okay? I'm going to let my seat back so you can see. Okay? And idealistically, you have 360 view. You get that gun up. You do what you got to do. Very easy. I hear people all the time say things like, hey, you know, oh, the slide is going to hit me in the face. It's not. I'm going to demonstrate that to you right here.
Yeah, again, for the 5th time he's pointed a gun at a person.
Slide is
And
right
he
here.
reloaded it.
It's not going anywhere. That's how much room you got from the slide. Okay? So, nothing to fear. If you want to know, I love full-size guns. Full-size compact, yeah, not so good for me. Hands are kind of big. I don't like them too much. But that's how you handle them, okay? So when you're out there, if you want to practice this here, go in your garage, go in your driveway, just practice it here.
No, don't. Don't do anything this guy does.
Let's keep things into perspective, okay? That is the number one thing. Keep things in perspective and watch the relevance of the training that you're getting. All of this running around here with armor, stop. The average person don't even own armor, and 2, the DA is gonna look at it like, hey, you had time to don all that armor, you mean to tell me you couldn't call the police? You had time to don all that armor, you mean to tell me you couldn't run and get away? But instead you chose to shoot. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So think legal, think like an attorney, think like the DA. Forget all of this wannabe John Rambo thing. Okay? Practicality, practicability, applicability, you know, relevant perspective. That's what's important. Okay? You guys be safe out there. Catch me on VodaInc.com. I'm sorry, VodaConsulting.com. Yeah, catch me on YouTube, Voda Inc. You know, just Google it. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Catch me on Facebook, Lucian Black.
I'm gonna kill that right there. But yeah, basically, last I heard, the NRA revoked its instructor license for them, and most of the gun ranges that he goes to in his home state have kicked him out. He's lost his certification, I believe, as an instructor, which is not surprising. And he hasn't put out a safety video in almost 3 years. The video where he's shooting at point blank at the shooting range was his most recent video. That was like maybe about a month ago. So this guy is a complete moron. Don't do what he says. You're going to end up getting yourself hurt or killed. I'll probably find some more videos for him because he's just too much fun to watch. And you guys take care.